about all partners that can face together the sustainable development goal challenge with. Apart from what Dina said, I'm also an optimist, and if you want to take a shortcut to my mindset, you can read Stephen Pinker's Enlightenment Now, which essentially says that the values of reason, science, and humanism will bring progress and health, prosperity, safety, peace, and happiness tended to rise worldwide. This may not always look like this, but in fact there is economic data that bear that out. So we are making progress. We will face these challenges that are ahead. We must not be discouraged by the enormity of the trillions, the billions of trillions. Who would not be daunted by this? No? It's a shocking figure. Who can ever pretend that we will make this? But every bit helps. With every step that we take, we get better. We always have, and we will going forward. However, investment needs that are put in figures by the SDG goals are not the same as investment opportunities. In between is what is called the risk-adjusted return. If we are a room full of bankers or bank-affiliated audience, we know all what this means. So if we take a step back and look at what the SDGs are, not all of it, but most of it, the most urgent and the most daunting challenge is probably poverty. Poverty is linked to food. Food is linked to water. Water is linked to climate change. And by the way, to biodiversity as well. So that is the big chain of thought that needs to guide us in our future. There will be opportunities along that chain. Investments will become profitable because we have this nexus. Conversely, I have to warn, also some investments that we used to think of as profitable, naturally profitable, that may now bear risks that they were not bearing before. Climate action. The European Investment Bank will do systematically squeeze all our projects also for climate risk. And we all must do that. So with this backdrop, I'd like to talk about the Bermuda Triangle of the three capacities where we lose investment opportunities. One is, and that is the most important, the easiest is the risk-bearing capacity of financiers. There is a limit to that. However, it is also true that there is no lack of money on the planet. There is a lack of good projects. And that brings me to the other two bits of the Bermuda Triangle. Capacity of potential promoters to propose profitable investments and attract and absorb external financing, absorb it as well. And then, secondly, financiers' capacity to understand the proposed investments and design appropriate financing instruments to address them. And that, of course, links again back into the risk appetite, right? The quality of projects, the ability to address them correctly, and also a always to be limited risk appetite, risk-bearing capacity that financiers will have. The most powerful element in this triangle is governance. People like to call it reform. I think governance is more a word that we can relate to. No? So what is reform? But governance is the way we do things, how we set up, how we think about problems, how our data collection systems work, and what we do with the relevant data that we have. So for me, governance, culture, we'll hear something this week as well, today and tomorrow, about culture. You know, I have also a favorite quote that is attributed to the great thinker Peter Drucker. Whether he said this or not, I don't know, but he said, culture eats strategy for breakfast. So you can have all the strategies that you want, all the intentions that you declare. If the culture is not there to live it every day, and every week and every month, we will be performing less well than we could otherwise. So the easier part, in order to pry open that triangle, is the technical bit. And it's also at the same time, I can tell you from experience, investment bank, we changed our ways. 15 years ago, we were waiting for good projects to come our way. And if good projects didn't come, well, then we had to wait some longer and see whether something else would come away, along. Now we have in the public sector mainstream technical assistance, advisory into every single project, from conception of the project all the way down to evaluation. So we invest not only in water and wastewater, in the railways, in school refurbishment, in metros, you name it. We also fund master plans, feasibility studies, project design, procurement, strategies. And this was not the case 15 years ago. We realized that this had to change tremendously, and this involved for us setting up a whole fundraising machine for technical assistance. So our governance has totally changed in that aspect. So there's hope for the private sector, and that unites us today as well. Likewise, so with our partner banks, and in this room it's relevant to say from Morocco to Lebanon, we constantly work either attached to operations, to funding operations, with technical assistance and advisory as well, in order to improve their outreach to younger companies, smaller companies, those in rural areas, women's participation in the economy. Whatever their vision is, we try to support this. So technical assistance, advisory is now mainstream, and it wasn't the case a few years ago. The difficult part is to transform all these great actions into effective change, to really make it a permanent feature and not a one-off. And then, of course, the people with whom we've built capacity, they may leave, they may be discouraged, they may even leave the country, and then we will rebuild capacity. We will do just patiently, till we are blue in the face. I'd like to finish by giving you 3 examples what concretely this means. One program we have in place, and that's relevant for many of you here in the room, is the so-called Greening Financial System program. It's a multiplier function whereby we work with the central banks and the financial sector as well in order to promote a financial sector environment that is conducive to unlocking climate action and investments. Support the central banks in doing this, but also the financial institutions in assessing and addressing climate risk and having climate risk management system in place. We are currently active in 7 countries with that. The next one to join is Egypt, and you can apply to that. Secondly, a lovely example on how we can do something extremely practical is the decarbonation guide for companies that we have pioneered in Morocco, where essentially it's a simple idea. So we just put together in one handbook everything you need to know in this particular country, in Morocco, where to go when you want to decarbonize your supply chain into Europe. Europeans want decarbonized products. So good business case for the Moroccans. It's been hugely successful. We launched an event 2 years ago. Since then, we've been asked to do 5 more launch events. I've never launched an Operation 5 Test, but the demand is there. So we launched it in different environments. We launched it at the Conf in Egypt. We launched it in Morocco, 4 times. So it's available online. You can have a look. It's in Francais. Next thing is it will go to Tunisia, and then we are also working on it for Egypt. And finally, something you can play with tonight, the EIB Green Checker. It's called greenchecker.eib.org. It's for everybody, including if you want to renovate your house, to figure out whether it's green, how much CO2 it saves you, how much money it saves you, to incentivize people to do these things. Right? So profitable it has to be, risk-adjusted return, also applicable to the individual. I've played with the Green Checker, which is for now there in the European Union, but you pick the country where the climate is something that is familiar to you, take South Italy, and put in what you plan to do. If you plan to buy an electric tractor, well, good for you, but if you're just renovating your house, there is also an easy to handle everybody can understand this item that will give you something immediately on the spot. So, in conclusion,